If your daughter does not arrive within the next 24 hours, the donor kidney will go to another patient. Ethan Walker stood frozen in the middle of the airport while thunder shook the giant glass windows around him. Rain slammed across the runway so hard that every flight on the screen suddenly changed to delayed. Beside him, 12-year-old Sophie sat weakly in a wheelchair beneath a blanket, her sketchbook resting quietly on her lap. She looked smaller than Ethan remembered, smaller than any child should ever look. Just 6 months earlier, she had been drawing beach houses beside the living room window while talking about becoming a doctor someday. Now she barely had enough strength to keep her eyes open. Ethan had survived war overseas years earlier. He had built a successful business from nothing after returning home. He thought he understood fear, but nothing prepared him for watching his daughter slowly disappear while doctors told him time was running out. Ethan had already sold his favorite car, paused his entire company, and spent every dollar necessary trying to save her life. Then finally, after months of waiting, an email arrived from a hospital on the other side of the world. They found a matching kidney. One chance, one flight, one impossible deadline. But now a massive storm threatened to destroy everything. Ethan stared at the departure board again, while panic tightened inside his chest. Then suddenly, he felt Sophie's small hand touch his arm. "Dad," she whispered softly. Ethan knelt beside her immediately. Sophie looked toward the rain outside the airport windows before speaking again. "Do you think the ocean there is really blue?" Ethan felt his throat tighten so badly, he could barely answer. "Yeah, sweetheart," he whispered. "Bluer than anywhere else in the world." Sophie smiled weakly and closed her eyes against his shoulder while thunder echoed through the terminal. Then, almost like a miracle, the rain slowly began to weaken. One by one, airport workers returned to the gates. Finally, the loudspeaker crackled overhead. Flight 247 is now preparing for departure. Ethan covered his face with both hands for a moment as tears filled his eyes. After months of hopelessness, the world had finally opened one small door for his little girl.